What's a really easy way of getting money that not enough people do? Taking advantage of an employer match on a retirement plan. Want to double your money? Contribute up to 6% or whatever. Most employers match up to 3%. Contributing 6% isn't exactly doubling. But I love your enthusiasm. Edit. Average company matches 3% another edit. Right guys, we can argue all day. I should have taken into account the whatever. 100% match will double your money. Or whatever. I have a friend who did work as a standardized patient. Basically, you get money so that medical students can examine you as practice for when they go do medical stuff for real. It's not much, but it's honest work. If you're reading this, you probably live in a country where selling your kidney is illegal, but as far as it goes in the medical field, everybody already knows about selling parts of your body, especially plasma, in the US, which is well saturated with broke college students and the truly desperate. Being a standardized patient isn't quite as common. Read more about it on the Johns Hopkins website. https://www.hopkins-medicine.org/simulation_center/training/standardized_patient_program/. It's not typically a full-time gig, but Johns Hopkins advertises $20 an hour for literally just pretending to be sick/injured. Rates may vary. Check with your nearby medical schools. Pays better if you're really good at showing symptoms for gonorrhea. Well, it just so happens I have quite the opportunity for you. You see, my father is the deposed king of Nigeria. Go on. TL. Doctor, give me money. I give you more money. Pinky promise. Life modeling for art classes. Ridiculously easy money, and they sometimes have closed sessions as well as nude. You get paid. You get tea and biscuits. You get complimented on your body. And you get some cool art done of yourself. I went to audition for one of these gigs at a major art school. They wanted a series of poses, then gave me a series of emotions to express in a row. Called one out. Did it. They said Joanne. Honestly, I about had an existential crisis because I could not muster even a sliver of joy. Ended up scheduling therapy right after. I'm not sure that was relevant, but it felt good to say. Call up your cell phone, internet, cable, whatever company. Say, hey, I really like your service, but it's too expensive, and I'm wondering if you have any discounts or special offers. '9/10 times they'll give you a discount of 10 to 30%. This only works if you've called their competitors and got a better rate first and are actually prepared to cancel the service. I did this a few weeks ago. I just asked if we qualified for any discounts just to see, and lowered our internet 20% for a year. I had my sob story and everything ready and didn't need it. Sometimes it's as simple as not spending the money you have. My friend is a veteran, and apparently Target is doing 10% off for veterans. His wife is super excited about this and wants to go to Target. My friend is like, okay, what do we need from Target? And his wife says, I don't know. She is happy to save 10%, but realistically she's spending 90%. Kind of. Reminds me of a shower thought I saw the other day saying that a penny saved is actually better than a penny earned because it's already been taxed. Really got me. A penny saved is a penny and a third earned. Fiverr.com. Like reading? People need beta readers and will pay you $80 to read their probably shitty novel and write up your feedback. Good at proofreading/editing? That's more. That's a small slice of the things you can advertise/do there. Music, programming, graphic design, etc. But freelance work isn't always hard or even hard to find. Edit. Fixed spelling of site name. Sorry about that. Voiceovers are also needed, though I'm kinda tired of reading erotic gay teen fiction. Act second. He like. Stroked it all lit. And the two chads yeeted their like. Love for each other or whatever. Oh, I have a ton of photos, mostly from vacations, that I post to Pixabay. Also some digital vectors that I made while learning Illustrator. They can be downloaded for free, but people have the option to donate. I make about $40 a month from an account I haven't updated in at least 2 years. Edit. Most of that is paid in euros or British pounds, but also USD as well. It's hooked up to my PayPal, so I can convert the currencies easily to CAD. My most popular photographs are of the northern lights, and marijuana leaves, and rattlesnakes. Using reverse image searches, I have found them on Icelandic tourism web pages, book covers, lots of these, mouseapods, blog articles, and as YouTube backgrounds. It's kind of cool. Class action lawsuits. Obviously people can abuse this, since the majority doesn't require proof. But it is pretty crazy how many class actions affect the majority of the general public. Bought round up in the last 5 years. Get some money. Here, https://topclassactions.com/lawsuit settlement/open class action lawsuit settlement/consumer products/household/roundup weed grass killer class action settlement/ used 1-800 contacts. In the last 15 years. Get some money Google 1-800 contacts class action settlement bought to town see idea in the last 4 years. Get some money Google to town cider house hard see idea class action settlement be sure to read the rules. Usually netting around $10. But, from my first foray into home ownership around 2005, I was recently sent a check for over $100. Completely out of the blue. Countrywide. My only perk from being party to that infamous mortgage broker. Some of you really out here giving handjobs for cash and not stating your prices. Most people commenting on here about sex work are obviously doing it for a laugh and don't realize how competitive the environment is. Yeah, you'll need to be either very good looking or be willing to cater to very specific, possibly dangerous, fetishes in order to make bank. I don't say this to be judgmental. Just honest. I feel like the OnlyFans boom has shown just how competitive sex work is. I see a new account started every day and most times I'm dumbfounded if they actually build a following. You've definitely got to be ultra good looking and or have a crazy body. In Australia it's definitely working in the construction industry, like some shifts you work can be up to $100 an hour for 12 hours. It's hard but it brings in the cash. Union fellas are on $500 a day usually, but covered in the China trade war has kicked the ass out of the industry. $700 a day on the mines. $850 nights and weekends. 12-hour shifts. If you're into graphic design, websites like Redbubble, a good thing about the website is that they don't close your account due to inactivity, so if your designs were a hit then it's like you're just taking in free money every month. It's worth noting that they usually have a clause in their terms that you forfeit the rights to any work you upload to them. And I read a couple horror stories of people starting to get big and being banned out of nowhere, with the sites still selling their designs. Still a really cool idea. And although I'm not much of a designer, I've made a little cash over the years by uploading a couple of niche designs. I'd still recommend it to people. Is there a list of these sites? I only want to support the ones who have the rights to their own work. Some years back, an acquaintance of mine got out of significant credit card debt with dumpster diving. They hit places like Staples and Best Buy, would get last year's SAT prep software /antivirus/tax prep when the new stuff came out. Huge spindles of CDs when those were more valuable. Sell it on eBay. Eventually Staples started locking their dumpster, but by that time they'd moved on to rich neighborhoods, where people would just throw out nice furniture or filing cabinets or one time a nice computer that just had a bad power supply. My brother has done it for profit in food. He's fine. He was fine at the time. Long story, you return an expensive specialty pillow to Walmart. They can't resell it for hygienic reasons. It ends up in the dumpster. He grabs it. He sells it on Craigslist. Dented space heater. Same thing. New look boxes of cereal come out. Old boxes end up in the trash. Breakfast for weeks. When you go to Whole Foods, load up your bowl in the buffet area. Sit down and eat it. Then go and check out and say you had one buffet. They'll be so confused that they'll just ask you to leave. Source: accidentally did this my first time to Whole Foods. You are an accidental evil genius. Respect. When I get cash back, I'll ask for something like £30. The cashier then asks how I would like that, and I respond with to £20. You would not believe how many get to £20 out. And once I spent 5 minutes explaining that they had given me too much. Walking my neighbor's dogs. A lot of old people in my neighborhood. I make an extra $10 to $25 a day bringing along 3 to 5 dogs with my daily jog. I don't even have a dog of my own. I have done this as well. Also, I have watched a few people's cats when they go out of town. All I have to do is clean the litter once a day, feed the cat twice a day, and play with them for half an hour. A guy that I cat sit for whenever he goes out of town pays me $100. For 3 days. A good gig if you like animals. Being an extra on TV shows. Everyone acts as if this is some secret hard thing to do, but anyone can do it. Hell, some shows find extras via Facebook pages. You show up, you film for a couple hours and you get $100 for hanging out with people plus free meals. However, don't do high budget ones. Learned the hard way Amazon has money and they aren't afraid to use it to keep you on set with insane overtime. Which is good for money, but you're gonna end up with long days. Why do they ask for random people to be your extra? Because you don't want everyone in the background to be good looking / detract attention from the main actors. I did it throughout high school / university and you're literally getting paid to study 75% of the time. Selling blood plasma. Selling myself and saving lives. It feels good getting cash for selling my juices. One time my friend smoked weed after donating plasma and had a really bad reaction. He was shaking and drenched in sweat. He almost fainted. So just a warning to anybody who is thinking about doing this. Just don't smoke afterwards. Donated plasma a couple times. They actually tell you before you get started not to even smoke a cigarette for like an hour after you finish. They do warn you. People just don't listen. Unfortunately, I got really dizzy and nauseous the 2 or 3 times I did it, so my husband won't let me do it anymore for the sake of my health. Can't blame him. Was good money though. Be at the top of the pyramid in a MLM. And when you get enough money, disappear without leaving any traces. And don't forget to use a fake European name like Stefan. Or joke and say you are Swedish. Stefan, this pyramid has everything. The human topping. It's when you get 4 midgets to make a double diagonal A-frame to simulate the top of a pyramid. I once got paid like $25 for a study. Just look up free studies. There's bound to be a couple results. Edit. Sometimes universities will pay you do things like answer questions. The one I did was a Zoom of the person asking me questions about my perceptions of some gender-based game. I got a $25 Amazon gift card for about 30 to 45 minutes of my time. Can you elaborate more please? I think he means studies, where you are surveyed about something. I know that's a shitty explanation, but I really don't know how else to explain it. Save money by getting your food for free. The elites don't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park are free. You can take them home. I enjoy how 1, maybe 2 comments are work or this get rich quick scheme and the rest are whore and crime. As though whoring isn't hard work. Even camming. You ever try and take a good selfie? Imagine trying to take a truly excellent selfie, but of your asshole, and then sifting through pictures of your own asshole until you find a good one to post. Using credit cards responsibly. By rotating purchases depending on bonus categories by card, I get thousands of dollars in free money a year for things I need to purchase anyhow. As long as you pay your balances off in full every month, it's literally free money. My dad does this. He says credit card companies hate people like you and him, since they only make money off the people who go into debt. I'm building my credit score now, so I can get a card with good bonuses. Good job. Committing tax fraud. Step 1. Start a company. Step 2. Go public. Step 3. Fudge the numbers. Step 4. Really fudge the numbers. Step 5. Profit. Step 6. Hire the best lawyers known to man. Step 7. My client clearly had no idea John Doe Leridus was doing this. Your Honor, The only thing my client is guilty of is believing in the American dream. Step 1. 5. Call the company Enron. Just baking bread. Find a good enough recipe, and people will beg you for it. Almost like a different thing. I mean, I did give them the first few loaves free. So, you're a bread dealer. Then, Liam get some Modat white bread. Maybe some honey oat. Selling pictures of your feet to strangers. I keep seeing this. I will absolutely sell feet pics. I just don't know where. Honest talk. 1. Have pretty feet and know how to take pics of them. I have no idea what constitutes pretty feet, but check fetish sites for inspo too. Try your luck on Grindr. Attach a pretty, fake, face. Give people a peek. Be explicit on your profile about what you do. Don't waste your time on people who don't deliver straight away or try to have dirty talk without paying. 3. Create an Instagram/Twitter account of your feet. I've stumbled a couple of them by accident and some of them have 10k plus follower. Just for showing your feet in different scenarios. How has nobody said donating plasma? $60 to $100 a week, at least, for donating twice a week. Plus there are usually promotions. Right now at my local one, new clients can make $700 the first month by donating 8 times. The 8 sessions would on average here take about 10 hours. Takes 2 to 3 hours your first time depending on how busy your local center is, as you have to meet with the doctor and get a physical. And after that it takes like 50 minutes each session plus wait time. Again depends on your local center, but usually 15 to 45 minutes. Where I live you don't get paid to donate blood and plasma. I still donate because I'm Mo and it's the only way I can really help people. But no money in it for me. There's no paid blood donation around here either. But I've never even heard of unpaid plasma donation. Small stuff but recycling cans/plastic bottles is 10 cents for one where I live. I make about $20 a month doing it. Not much but still okay. When you want to buy something non-essential, sit with it for a week or 2. You'll avoid buying a lot of useless crap, or rub one out. PostNut Clarity works magic. This one time I got an email from a prince in Nigeria looking to share his wealth with me and needed a flight to America. Sent him my payment info. Still waiting to hear back. There you are. I just need another 5k.